Hi everyone, we are here through the first slate of football games here on week 13. We are going to dive into rankingsrightnow.com to use machine learning to try and predict where the college football selection committee is going to be ranking each of the teams on Tuesday. Now, we have only the first slate of games that have finished right now, but with Rankings Right Now, we have all of the projections of all of the games that are currently going and that still have yet to be played. So let's go ahead and peek on into where the current rankings are based off the first slate of games. And the first thing that everyone wants to know is, where is Ole Miss going to go now? According to rankingsrightnow.com, Ole Miss is going to drop to number 15 in the next playoff committee. That is a really big drop, and I don't see how they can make it in now to the college football playoff, right? 15 sounds really close to 12, but I really don't know if they might even drop further than this, right? This is a huge loss, and Florida is hot right now. Florida is just playing spoiler to all these different types of teams. Their last two games have been phenomenal. Ole Miss down to number 15, right? We also can take a look at where Indiana is going to fall, right? Indiana, who was projected to lose to Ohio State, but you just never knew what was really going to go down. Indiana is projected to drop down to number 8. That makes sense to me. I think they should still be considered in the playoff. Although they made it like somewhat close towards the very end, that's a pretty big loss. Right? To lose by 23, even though that's a strong Ohio State team that's on the road, a 23-point loss really, really stings. So either the algorithm believes that there is a wide enough gap between 8, 9, and 10 that Indiana should be sticking around at number 8. But, I mean, just the whole notion around Indiana this year on where they might have been too high going into the rankings. But this is based upon where Indiana is off a number 5 ranking, right? The selection committee is ranking them number 5, right? So Indiana might only drop down a couple spots if the selection committee truly did feel like they were a true number 5. So we'll see what happens going on in there. Those were the two big ones, right? SMU beat Virginia pretty handily. Miami beat Wake Forest, no problem. UNLV took care of San Jose State, right? We see UNLV dropping up, climbing up a few spots. SMU up 4 spots. That's big. And if they can get one more and Indiana drops down to 9, that's a 5-spot jump for SMU. So everyone should pay attention to where SMU is. They have played flawless football for the last couple of weeks. So really big win there. We are now into the second slate of games, right? Georgia is finishing up with UMass. That's an interesting one as well. Georgia is projected to lose a spot in the rankings based off of their current game against UMass. You know, it's 59-21, but that game was like actually somewhat close, and like not that UMass was going to win, but closer than I think what a lot of people would have thought. UMass is having a terrible season. So Georgia giving up 21 at home against UMass, and now they're kind of pouring it on late, right? Maybe they lose a spot in the rankings, right? It's not exactly what the playoff committee would have expected. You also have Tennessee up 49-0, right? That's going to leave them in a good spot. But they're also projected to move down 1. You have Boise State and SMU projected to move up 2, right? We don't learn anything from Tennessee beating UTEP 49-0, right? This is what they were doing at the beginning of the year. They're playing a bunch of marshmallow teams and just destroying them. What does that say to anything? But you know, something to keep in mind right here is Kansas going to play spoiler again to Colorado. That's a really important game for this rankings window. So anyways, we're going to go ahead and keep on giving updates throughout the day. Follow rankingsrightnow.com, create a free login, do all the fun stuff that come around with college football rankings. We're going to be we are real time for all of the rankings. Our algorithms are accurate. This is a lot of fun to be playing around on Saturdays. Thank you so much. We'll check on in with you later today to go over what happened in the second slate of games.